All right, I keep alluding to this strange configuration situation. You've talked a little bit about the history of the band. Let's jump ahead to the fact that one of your original core members decided, hey, I think I can get back in the band. So Jonathan came back, yes. But here's the twist, everyone. He came back, but things weren't the same. Can you explain this, Brian?
Yeah. So when the band originally started, it was myself on bass, Jonathan on guitar, Noah on drums. When Jonathan left, I moved to guitar because it felt like the easiest thing for the band to do. Like, it's easy for me to learn Jonathan parts because I was there when he wrote them, and I could always just give him a call and we could figure it out. And we wanted a bass player that was a musician, but maybe not familiar with the instrument. So our friend Aliana, who was playing with us, is a drummer, and we love her drumming. And we were like, it'd be cool to have somebody who has this like really interesting sense of rhythm play an instrument that they're not that familiar with, but it is a rhythm instrument. So that whole thing led to me playing guitar and Ali on bass. And then when Aliana decided that she was going to move on and Jonathan wanted to come back, we thought we could kind of continue that trajectory because Jonathan has a great ear and a really cool way of approaching melody. And it seemed like that would be a interesting way to kind of, left turn the band with that on bass instead of guitar. And I was already at that point, I had kind of developed this thing that I was into guitar wise, whereas when the band started, I felt kind of stuck with guitar. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll just play bass and see if I can shake that out.
It's quite fascinating to me. And I actually want to jump back to what you were saying in hopes that you can elaborate upon it. Why were you interested in having Aliana play bass if she wasn't super familiar with it in this particular kind of sound, which some might describe as mathematical? Usually the musicians have to be like pretty proficient to keep up with the shifting time signatures and whatnot. But you had this different, I think, as you say it now, it seems to be a different tact. Why? Why get someone who's less experienced?
I just think it's more interesting to sometimes listen to,
Yeah.